right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Sitch Radio for those podcasting in and around Orange County, California. My name is Brian. I run Sitch Radio here in Irvine, California, and I've got a little funky reverb on my mic, but I'm going to roll with it. So, podcasting in Orange County, man, there's a lot of good creators down here in the South Bay, if you will, LA, Orange County, surrounding counties. And a lot of them are doing some really cool things, and we're going to highlight a couple. Now, one is obviously a little bias, if you will, inside info, because I co host the show with Linz Florin of Growth Network Podcasts based in Los Angeles, California, right up the 5 freeway. And I shouldn't say I guess we developed, but it was Linz's idea to create a show highlighting other creators. And, we both run studios, and we felt that that was an awesome thing to do. And Feed Drops is taking a step, dipping their toes, if you will, into Web 3.0. And we'll be launching an NFT or non-fungible token early next month. And I kind of wanted to just talk about it a little bit, as we are giving back with that show to podcast creators. And let's start there. If you are a podcast creator, you can go to feeddrops.com. You will see in the main menu, submit your show. You can submit your podcast for us to consider. Now, we're averaging about 10 submissions a week, and we only cover 2 shows a week. However, just because we picked 2 from a week's submissions doesn't mean we discount everything. We slowly work through and highlight the shows that, have great audio quality, great content, engaged audiences. There's a lot of things we take a peek at when we pick a show for a week. Now, my criteria might differ from Linz's a little bit, but that helps make the show unique. And it's been interesting. On occasion, we'll both pick shows kind of in the same category. So that's kind of cool. And then on occasion, we'll pick things completely polar opposite differences, which is cool as well. Now, this show is giving back. We don't charge to feature a podcast on the show. It's been talked about. However, right now we don't feel a need, and we're hoping to never. And we decided to launch a non-fungible token with the point of building community. And the way that's going to work, if you buy an NFT from us at Feed Drops, you get quite a few things. Number one, welcomed into a private community. Number two, early access to everything we do outside of the show, i.e. merch that's coming, courses that are coming, anything like that. Now, we're going to be dropping some special NFTs that have cool perks, like you can be a guest host on the show and choose your own podcast from our submitted list and feature it. So you'll be a third wheel, if you will, but that will be a fun dynamic for the show. Some people will be able to, or if they get an NFT, they can choose to have a minute on our show to talk about their podcast, and or burn that NFT to take a minute of advertisements away from that episode, which is kind of cool as well. Now, let's get to the voting part. If you hold an NFT, you're going to get a vote, at least one, in what we do with the community pool money. 50% of everything brought in on the NFTs is going to a community pool. And that community pool is going to be donated to a nonprofit within the podcasting or creative space. Now, I'm going to pick a nonprofit just like I pick an episode. Linz is going to pick a nonprofit just like he picks an episode. And then you're going to be able to vote on what kind of split, i.e. 30-70 towards Linz, or 50-50. Let's just help both of them out. And we're going to tally that up and divide that money and make those donations on behalf of the community. And I think that's pretty cool, if I do say so myself. But we really are both behind creators and want to help creators do better and improve and create the best content they can. And in doing this, we feel we're helping the up and coming podcasters. They might not even have a show now, but they're working on development. They're in some sort of profit wing to where they're learning podcasting or they're learning creative writing or whatnot. And we just want to give back. So that's how that is going to work. And it's my understanding it's going to launch early next month. So stay tuned and look forward to that. And jump in. The water's fine. It's going to be a warm, welcoming community. And we're all here to help each other do better at what we love to do, which is podcasting. Number 2, we want to give Mr. Todd DeVoe a shout out. Now, for those of you who've not heard that name, he started EM Weekly. I guess him and I started EM Weekly about 5 years ago, and we nurtured and worked on that show for 4.5 years before we had a successful exit from it, selling it and the back catalog. It was kind of the flagship show that got me into podcasting full time. I run Sitch Radio here. We have 18 active producing shows, some of them live, some of them heavily edited and produced. And it's our mission to help you tell your story. But he had the opportunity. Now, his journey in this space has been cool over the last 5 years. We started EM Weekly so he could allow his junior college students to hear interviews. And these people used to come in the classroom and talk to the class. Well, they moved his class from in class to online. And instead of just recording these interviews and inserting them into the LMS, we decided to start a podcast with this plus content. And our very first advertiser on that show is now a company Todd works for full time. Todd has just had an incredible journey setting himself up as a thought leader within the emergency management space, now affiliated with several universities, which is awesome. And it kind of all started with the podcast, and he's doing great things. But one of the great things he's doing, he was actually asked to speak at Safe Schools Conference. Titan HST is a big sponsor of Safe Schools, and it is a local conference here in Southern California. And he was asked to speak at it yesterday. I have not spoken to him yet to see how it went. Hopefully he recorded it, and that speech will be live on one of his episodes soon. However, it's cool to kind of be in the background, a fly on the wall, and watch these creators grow and expand and find new verticals and really make the most of what started off as a passion podcast project. So big shout out to him. Listen, if you are local and you want to meet up, we host a weekly Brews in Business. We go from local Orange County brewery to local Orange County brewery and have a little networking session, if you will. We're not here to sell to each other. We're here to, learn about each other and recommend people to them if we feel it's a good fit. And, we sit back and have a tasty handcrafted beer while we do that. You can find that on Meetup. Just search for Brews in Business. You will find us. And this month, we are not having a meetup in studio because we are doing the podcast pitch competition. Today is the last day to enter. So if you are interested in joining a podcast pitch competition, we encourage you to head on over to sitchradio.com, sign up, and you've got a couple weeks to develop your pitch. Pitches will be live on the 30th here at Sitch Radio in Irvine. And that is all I have for you today. Listen, everybody have a great, safe weekend. Please be safe. Enjoy the weather. It's been nice out. I know my wife and I have been outside more and more, which is awesome. If you're in LA County, sorry about having to wear a mask indoors again. Hopefully we can put this stuff behind us very soon. But with all that having been said, I am out. If there's anything I can do for you, hit me up, Brian@sitchradio.com. We'll see you next week.